All right, welcome everybody to Severe Weather Update. It is May the 12th, 2022, and we have a severe weather situation developing in the Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa area, probably starting around 3 o'clock this afternoon and moving all the way through about midnight tonight. So let's get started at the day one convective outlook. As you can see, there is a red shade on here, which is a moderate risk, 4 out of 5 on the severe weather scale. That includes cities like Fargo, North Dakota, Moorhead, Minnesota, Watertown, South Dakota, Brookings, South Dakota, and West Fargo, North Dakota. But the enhanced area includes a much larger area. That's 3 out of 5 on the severe weather scale. Much larger population of 6 million people, including Omaha, Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and more importantly, city that got hit last night pretty hard with a similar line of storms, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and St. Paul, Minnesota. So if you live in that area, you need to be on the lookout starting late this afternoon and this evening all the way till about midnight for a line of storms coming through, and I'll show you that on the model run. But conditions are certainly favorable for more severe weather. And if you look at what the National Weather Service is saying, or the Storm Prediction Center, they're saying the major threat here is for straight line wind gusts like yesterday. Minneapolis St. Paul got hit by a pretty hard line of storms, and before that there were some tornadoes spinning up, but they were small ones, so there will be rotation among the line, but that's not the primary threat. The primary threat is for severe thunderstorm gusts near 75 miles an hour, so basically almost hurricane force winds, large hail, and possibility of some tornadoes. Last night's system really looked like a tropical storm coming through that area. There was rotation in the entire system, counterclockwise, and the line just came through and produced a lot of squally, dangerous wind gusts. So that's, I think, what the same threat is again today. So let's look again a little closer at the public severe weather outlook issued by the Storm Prediction Center, which zooms in a little closer into this area. You can see Fargo is probably the largest city under the 4 out of 5 threat, the moderate threat, but then you can see Minneapolis is within the very edge of the 3 out of 5 enhanced threat. But I think they were yesterday as well, and so they need to be on the lookout. That's the largest population center within the severe weather threat. So just better safe than sorry. Might as well be weather aware late this afternoon, but more so into the evening and into the night, all the way probably until about midnight. And I'll show you the timing of the predicted motion of the stormy weather as it begins this afternoon. So again, we'll start out here. We'll use the HRRR model. I really like the way this model models the radar. It's very some of the other models put big, large blobs on the radar screen. This gets very specific, and it's not 100% accurate, but it's a good model. So let's start out at 19Z. 19Z is 2 p.m. this afternoon. Not seeing so much here. And this goes hourly as well, which makes this a lot easier to use than some of the other models, which are every 3 hours. So if we start at 19Z, 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m. Central Time is when you see a line of storms develop in South Dakota and Nebraska. And those look like they could be severe storms. So again, that's 22Z we are at, that's 5 p.m. 6 p.m. it gets stronger, 7 p.m. 8 p.m. it's moving toward the Minnesota area and the Iowa area, exiting Nebraska and South Dakota. And as you can see, it continues through Minnesota. Now we're at 5Z, which is midnight. So let's go back a little bit. Looks like the line, though, before it gets to Minneapolis starts to break up. So hopefully you don't get the same type of severe weather situation you did yesterday if you're in Minneapolis St. Paul, but you cannot rule it out. That's why they're at the very edge of the enhanced threat. So let's just move this backwards, and I'll just play it. You can watch it move through. Let's look at the significant tornado parameter, again starting at 19Z, which is 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And we will just do this an hour at a time. You can see there's already some pinks and purples showing that this area of the country is in an area that's conducive for the development of tornadoes. And although the Storm Prediction Center did not predict tornadoes or lots of tornadoes, this does indicate the atmosphere is ripe for that. So I don't think you should rule out the possibility of some tornadoes this afternoon if you live in the South Dakota and Minnesota area in particular. Nebraska does not show up too much on this map. So let's go now from 19Z, 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m. It really looks significant. I mean, look at the colors on here are in the 6 to 8.5 range. I don't usually see those. 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and then dies off around 01Z, which is about 8 p.m. Central Time. But look at this. I mean, that shows that the atmosphere, the helicity, the cape, the shear in the atmosphere is conducive for tornadoes according to the HRRR model. So although the Storm Prediction Center is not predicting an outbreak of tornadoes, this model kind of is. So if you live in any of these areas that are shaded in the pinks and the purples, I know these are not large population centers in South Dakota, North Dakota, and western parts of Minnesota. But if you live in a mobile home, for example, in any of these areas, you need an action plan ready for late this afternoon and into this evening, a tornado plan. And I'm sure people in the Midwest, in Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma already have that in place, maybe not in Minnesota and South Dakota. So if you are watching this video and you have a plan to go to the most central room in your home, away from any windows, and if you live in a mobile home, you need to find a way to get out of there if a tornado warning is issued and go below ground or to a safe, sturdy building for shelter. Because a tornado, even a small one, will rip apart a mobile home pretty easily. So anyway, and if you're in the Minneapolis St. Paul area, I don't think that you're going to have a major tornado threat, but there could be another line of severe weather coming through similar to yesterday with some damaging straight line winds, possibly approaching hurricane force. All right, that's my update for now. Thanks for watching, and be weather aware, be safe everybody, and have a great day. Thank you.